Good afternoon, everyone. This is Josh on Floridaman Does Weather. Wanted to give everyone a quick update on what we are looking at for the upcoming week. So, currently off the east coast of Florida, we have this low pressure system starting to form, and me and Caleb are monitoring that closely. We may be headed that direction to the east coast of Florida, possibly on Tuesday, to track the system as it makes its way across the state. Good news is it's not expected to be a strong storm. Expected to stay relatively weak and disorganized, regardless if it becomes a depression or not. But we are likely going to be using it as an opportunity to continue to work on our tropical cyclone tornado genesis project that me and him have been working on. So stay tuned for that. There will likely be a few lives that come up if we go over to the East Coast and follow the core of that system as it moves across. Looking over here, just wanted to show everybody what we're looking at here. In case you can't see, this is where our little system is right here, where my mouse cursor is. I can show you right here the vorticity map. This yellow is where the low pressure system is forming. This is at the 925 millibar level. This is at the surface, near the surface, just above the surface. 850, you can see it's still there. 700, 500, it's still there. So what that is saying is, for those of y'all who are like, what's that? What's the 700 or 925 millibar vorticity, 850, 700, 500? So these are our major levels in the atmosphere. Your 925 is near the surface. 850 is your upper lower levels. 700 is your lower mid levels. 500 is your mid levels. 200 is your upper levels in the atmosphere. We measure the atmosphere on pressure heights in meteorology. So the fact that the 925, the 850, the 700, the 500, we have vorticity stacked across. That shows us that there's a low pressure system organizing there. We don't know if it's going to be continue to develop into a actual organized system, or if it's just going to stay a disorganized blob that has somewhat of a turning motion and just meanders across the state. Me and Caleb are monitoring that closely. We will be letting you guys know as the next couple of days progress what we're looking at there. Regardless what happens, looks like it's going to be a massive rainmaker for the state. If you look at our wind shear, okay, it's kind of hard to see. This is the state of Florida right here. That system is in a relatively low pocket of shear right now. There's a little bit of stronger shear to the south, but what we're thinking, the shear tendency is the pressures are continuing to, the wind speeds are continuing to drop in this region. So we're thinking this system is going to progress across, it's going to kind of dip across the state and then curve north and move somewhere across the Gulf away from the state of Florida. But with the counterclockwise motion that the system has, it will be pulling, as it pulls offshore of the state, it will be pulling rain and moisture out of the Caribbean. So if you're in the state of Florida, expect some really rainy days over this upcoming week. So I'll go back to this map real quick so that you guys can see. Wanted to show you guys something real quick. So this is the convection, or the exhaust at the top of the storm as the storms inside the circulation are firing. There was a big blow up overnight. And as you can see, there's a little bit of turning underneath. There's a lower pressure system, the center of circulation that's trying to form there. Not very organized right now. This is what the clouds actually look like there. You can see there's some slight turning. You can see some slight turning under there. The big convective blow up from last night's kind of fading away. You can see some outflow bursts that spread out away from those storms. There's an outflow burst that's pushing off of these storms here. There was a big system that was offshore the west coast of Florida overnight. As you see that ring push out, that was an outflow burst that pushed off of those as they collapsed. Kind of helped fire these storms near Jacksonville, St. Augustine, Daytona Beach. Those are also pushing outflow into the system. Sometimes that can help with the system in its amplification. Sometimes it hurts. Me and Caleb are going to be monitoring this like a hawk. If this thing does develop into something that looks like it could be a sponsor for some tornado genesis, we will definitely be trekking across the state to give you guys some footage and further our research. So just stay tuned. We just wanted to give everybody a heads up. We know there's been a lot of chatter online over this. So we just kind of wanted to give everybody a heads up, let you guys know what's going on, what our train of thought is. We'll keep you guys posted as things progress. Thanks for watching. Have a great Sunday.